So sometime in, I think it was summer of 2004. I apologize for these backlit dark videos. They're very mysterious and romantic, I get it. But since I subscribe to a substance over style methodology, if I gotta make a video at night and it's gotta be dark, it's gonna be dark. But I'm coming up on a light and a beautiful babbling brook to the right, so that might fix it. Oh, sick. Look, there he is. Okay. So summer of 2004, I'm in my car. I'm driving back from work. I had this job that I worked at a couple days a week. Super easy. It was working at like a kind of screen printing place. They did screen printing and they produced promotional products. Oh, a plane, lovely. So that's what they did. Hold on, wait for the plane. Shoo. Trying to get an angle where you can see the kid. Okay, so they produced promotional products and stuff like that. Job was super easy. It was literally like making color separations and putting logos in little boxes and then faxing that to a company to say, hey, that logo you have on file, this is how big it should be on a lighter or keychain or whatever it was. So it's a super easy job. And so I'm doing that a couple days a week, and I think I'm an unpaid intern at the same time because, as we've talked about, I came out of school, was a terrible graphic designer, didn't realize that because, despite my great grades and my $10,000 worth of scholarships in my last year, neither I nor anyone around me could recognize that I was garbage. So I'm doing this unpaid internship, and I got this crappy job. I don't even know if I have the unpaid internship yet, actually. Might have come right after this. So, that said, I'm in my car driving from Plymouth, Minnesota to Minneapolis, Minnesota. It's about 20-minute highway drive. Stuck in traffic outside Minneapolis. And I am on the verge of tears. And I cannot fucking understand why. I'm having a crazy anxiety attack. Like, not like one of those ones that like people get where it's like totally debilitating, but like my chest is super tight, like on the verge of tears, breathing super heavy, just like freaking out. And the thing is, that is how I felt pretty much my last year of school. Pretty much any time I was near finals in school, I had been feeling this way for a while. So here I am, I'm out of school. Things aren't going amazingly well, but they're going well enough. Doing a little bit of freelance, it's cool. And yet I'm in traffic and I'm having this crazy, awful feeling. And why am I thinking about this? I'm thinking about it because I don't really have that feeling anymore. If I have that same feeling now, it's because of something like my brother being in surgery and there being a complication. That gave me that feeling. Some sort of like interpersonal conflict might give me that feeling. But in general, I don't get that feeling. And but I used to get it all the time. I went to counseling, and counseling didn't really do shit. Like, you talk about this stuff, it doesn't really make you feel better. Doesn't really help. Didn't help me, I should say. Sometimes it helps you realize how ridiculous you are. But the biggest thing the counselor said to me, she's like, I don't really think you have an issue. I just think you have undiagnosed ADD and you don't know how to deal with it. And that was very enlightening because I had not considered that was a possibility. Despite that, I didn't really do anything to deal with it. I may have started running. I may have had less caffeine for like 5 minutes. So that's, I don't know, 14 years ago. So it's 14 years later. I'm 41. I still have the undiagnosed ADD. And it is less and less of an issue because a huge part of my anxiety, I think, was fighting against how I was wired, was fighting against my instincts. It was not learning the lessons around me. So I have a 4-year-old. She's a fucking lunatic. I love her. She's crazy. And one of the things that I think about is like, I think about this with my 8-year-old too. She gets report cards. I don't give a shit what's on those report cards. I think it's stupid as shit that an 8-year-old has a report card. I literally only care about maybe can she read, and is she nice to people, and does she stand up for herself? Those are only things I care about. I don't care if she can do math. I don't care if she can do science. I don't care if she has the most critical analytical skills at all. I literally just care, like, can she functionally read, and is she cool to people? And if those two things are true, then I don't really care what else is going on. Because my belief is that all the other stuff, like it's gonna come out that our 4-year-old almost certainly has ADD. Who the fuck cares? The only problem with having ADD is trying to function in a non-ADD world on its terms. But if you reject those terms, then none of that matters anymore. So I was this square peg in a round hole, and as such, the edges hurt like shit, and I'm freaking out in traffic, having anxiety attacks all the time, not figuring out how to work with this thing. You know, there's that Ryan Holiday book, sort of stoic idea, the obstacle is the way. Nowadays, I look at the ADD as an asset. At the same time, if it disappeared tomorrow, I wouldn't cry. I would just be like, okay, cool. Now I can focus. Let's do shit that benefits a person who can focus. Right now, I do shit that benefits a dude who has ADD. So I'm supposed to be, my wife is putting the kids down. I did the dishes. Took a quick drive down the highway, 5 minutes, so that I could go to Dairy Queen and get us ice cream cones. And then I thought, fuck, I want to make a video. The way that I'm going to do that is the way I do everything. I'm going to impulsively do it. I'm going to embrace instinct over perfection. I'm going to embrace impulse. I'm going to embrace improvisation. I'm going to accept the fact that I wasn't even sure what video I was going to make. I just had the feeling, shit, I need to make a video. Let's do this. And here I am, happy. What I would have done in this instance, circa 2004, I wouldn't have pulled over. I would have thought about, well, okay, cool, I want to make a video. What should I make a video about? Where should I shoot it? Should I ask him to shoot it? Should I get a tripod? I probably need a camera. I would run through a litany of weird, responsible thoughts rather than deal with a simple thing. When I have a thought to make, I make. Period. Done. End of discussion. That's it. It's easy as that. I don't plan to do stuff much anymore. In general, I just do the thing the second I feel it, or that if I can't do it that second, I'm like, all right, hurry up and finish these dishes so you can make a video and get to Dairy Queen before it closes. That anxiety is gone. It's just gone. I get anxious about stuff. I have stresses. I have shit I'm nervous about. But like, I'm 41. I live check to check basically with 2 small kids. And I'm less stressed out than when I was 25. Cheap rent. Paying bills, doing cool freelance stuff, and I was miserable. And it was because I didn't get me. And the thing that I continue to harp on is that none of this is about wisdom coming with age. Like, it's about paying the fuck attention, like paying attention to what the fuck is going on. I wasn't doing that. And it was stupid. Like, I dropped out of high school. I have no regrets about that. The only regret I have is, 1, I didn't drop out earlier, and 2, I didn't have more of a idea about what to do with all that time that I had once I dropped out. I kind of dropped out on accident, just by being incompetent in a high school setting. Man, I'm doing these videos that just rant lately, but whatever, I guess this is like where we're at. But everything I'm describing right now, the way that I'm like working, the way that I'm embracing, I haven't changed. That's the thing that's fucking crazy. My priorities change for certain, right? I have different concerns than when I dropped out of high school at 17. And I have different concerns than when I graduated from college and only managed to make myself more stressed out when I thought I was going to be less stressed out. But here I am. The concerns are exactly the same. And I think I harp on this because you're not going to suddenly wake up and have discipline or have attention. Certainly you can build up the muscle around those things, but you're wired a certain way. And in my experience, that shit doesn't change. And for some additional experience, I will say I've lived with the same woman since I was 18 years old. So 23 years I've lived with the same woman. She's she's matured, her priorities have changed, she's chilled out in some regards, but basically she's the same fucking chick. So we have 2 people, healthy, well-adjusted adults. We haven't changed a lick. You're not going to change either. So you might as well embrace what's going on and figure out how to work with it rather than banging your head against the wall. All right, thanks a lot for watching.